we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey y'all, can y'all hear me? I'm sorry. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Is my mic on? Yeah. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, good. I just came on. This is not gonna be a long live because y'all know I already have one set up at 6, and we got to dive back into the case, that we're covering with the alienation of affection out of North Carolina. Okay. So I cannot stay on long, but I just want to come on. I was asleep earlier and I just literally wanted to come on. Hold on, let me tell Yasmin, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hold on one second. All right. So I just wanted to come on and just talk just briefly. What we're not gonna do, and that's why I have it on members only. Only members can type, but everybody can see, okay? And everybody can hear, but only members can type. Why did I do that? Because, well, what has been happening is people have been trying to start division, and it has definitely worked. And I'm not going to get all into that. What I'm going to say is we are so much better than the bullshit that's going on the internet. Like literally a phone call, right? A simple phone call probably could have handled a lot of this confusion, but it's grown women not wanting to call and just say, anything, whether it's, let's talk or, what's going on. But it was, egos. And I'm going to put myself in it too, right? Egos. And it's no, I'm not calling, that person need to call me. That's what it's about. It's about egos. It's about power. It's about control, right? And literally, it could have been one phone call fixed, not one, because it's surrounding multiple people, right? But it could have been fixed, and now we're at a point where it's nasty, and it's what um, you know haters, or whatever you want to call them, ops, or whatever word you want to use. That's what they want to see. They're literally over there, and this is not all everybody, because some people don't even care nothing about this. They done moved on gracefully, peacefully. They don't care nothing about this drama. But you will have your miserable ones that's definitely, they care about it. They're going to blog on it. They're watching it. They want to see it. They want to see the sisterhood fall. Why? Because they're not a part of it, one. And they may have felt like they once was a part and they were, ostracized, or they left on their own, or whatever the case may be. So they're celebrating, even if don't see no balloons and whistles going off, baby. You best to believe they are celebrating. And I believe in my hearts of hearts that some of the distasteful comments that has ended up in people's chats are coming from them. It's coming from the ones that saying, "See, I told you so," and look, this, that, and the other. It's coming from them. It's coming from people that want a great divide, right? They want it. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I'm not about to come on here and tell y'all that everybody about to sit down and have a kumbaya and everything is about to be made up and everybody is about to be smiling and back to where we were, which was peaceful and respectful and adulting, right? I'm not going to say that because now it has just been so much said. I was communicating with someone, um, really a good supporter, and I said, day one, this could have been fixed. It could have been fixed on day one. But on day one, no one wanted to make a phone call. No one wanted to find out what is going on. No one. And that's not pointing that finger at one person. I'm saying no one collectively wanted to make a phone call or talk civilized. No one. And now we're here. And now we're here. So with that being said, only thing that I can say is it bruised us, but it didn't break us. You understand what I'm saying? Yep, it's a bruise. People got hurt. People feelings got hurt. People got cussed out. People got disrespected. People got undervalued. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they will have to figure that out on their own. But at this point, what I can only suggest that if you see a live stream set up by one of our either sisters or used to be sisters or whatever the case may be, just don't go into that live stream. They want to feed more drama, cause more division, and it's about views. It's views, algorithm, um, uh, discourse, and just straight up division. And that's even me. If I set up a live to disrespect one of the sisters, not one of the ops that you know that got thick ass parts and shit. No, we're not talking about nobody like that. I'm talking about people that literally we were really cool with just like a week or two ago, right? Just don't go in the live. Just ignore them. Because at this point, everybody got each other's phone number. And if people can't act like adults, then they need to stay in kids' places, right? Again, we got bruised. Our sisterhood as a whole, we got tested and we got bruised. But don't let people tell you that we don't have a sisterhood. And that's what I don't like. When they no longer align with the sisterhood, that's the first thing they want to say. And we've heard this for over almost a year now. That ain't no real sisterhood. Don't let people say it's not a sisterhood because guess what? Sisters fight. Sisters have disagreements. Sisters argue. They do. So don't let people tell you it's not a sisterhood. We will forever be working out kinks, not like always catfighting, right? But we will work out kinks. We will figure it out. We will. Now, some of our sisters, they're still our sisters. They just chose not to be in the group because they don't, you know, they don't like the cat fights, I'll say, right? So she says, hey, I'm more Maz and Chaz. I'm driving and can't speak individually. Hey, girl. Hey, sis. So she said, show do fight and they still defend each other when fighting against the outsiders. Exactly, Jen. You better say that. Exactly. So we fight, but we still support each other, right? We still, at the end of the day, we don't allow somebody that's trying to cause division. And you know who those are trying to cause division. Let me correct this. Everybody is not trying to cause division. Okay. But you know the ones that are trying to cause division. You will see them, you will hear them. Okay. You will know that they're trying to cause division. I don't even have to call out the things that they're saying, but you would know if they're trying to cause division. They'll be in the chats talking about the other because that ain't cool. The best thing to do, and I love y'all for respecting my chat because y'all do, and I appreciate that. But the best thing to do when a sister is fighting is not join in and talk about the other person, right? And the reason being is because, to be honest with you guys, you don't know the backstory, you or the whole story. You only know the story of the person that's talking, and that's even me. But I'm glad that you guys don't jump to conclusions and just start dragging other sisters in my chat. I love that. I appreciate that. That tells me that you guys respect me and I respect you guys. I don't think it's cool. It's never cool. And literally, to be honest with you, people that do it, you have to wonder why is it done because that only further cause problems. You can you can, you know, you can sit back and listen or you can add value but positive value, right? Not things like, oh, she was wrong. She should not have done this. That's just foul. Because those type of comments, believe it or not, it can fuel the fire. Because if people see you doing it, then they're going to jump on the bandwagon and they're going to do it. And then guess what? Them little haters that I'm telling you about, them little people that's trying to cause division and discord, guess what they're going to do? They're going to be like, oh my God, this is a perfect opportunity, right? Let me just slide in there right quick and let me just say what I got to say right quick, right? So I can further put the nail in the coffin. Baby, let me tell you something. I done told y'all this before. It's a lot of people that wish they could come behind our gated community. Yeah, let's not forget, we do live in a gated community. I put us in a gated community, over a year ago, right? So they want in, or they want it to be torn down. They hate it. You have to understand that. Now, I'm not blaming them for the fallout or the original disagreement. Mm-mm. But sometimes when a person see an opportunity, right? You know how they say if you leave a crack open, they're going to slide through there. So if they see an opportunity that they can slide in there and stir the pot, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. So initially, things probably would have been better if we would have nipped it in the bud day one. I don't think on day one, I don't think no relationships had to be broken if it was nipped in the bud on day one. But again, egos, personalities, maybe a couple of Scorpios, just willpower, right? Didn't allow that to happen. All right. And I'm including myself, right? So with that, we have to deal with the aftermath. What is the aftermath? The aftermath is, again, we were bruised. We took a hit. Our sisterhood as a whole took a hit. Okay. But we did not break. We took a hit. Now, I'm not going to say it is permanent, but I will say that some damage has been done. Some words were uh, shared that probably can't be taken back, And I don't even know what all happened today. I was asleep and I was woken up out of my sleep, which is fine. No, nothing, nothing about that. I was woken up out my sleep and told that things were going down. And I was like, oh my God. So, but things were said that I don't think, I'm not gonna say they can't be fixed because people that here on this little YouTube that told each other down before and they didn't patch things up. But I will say this: it will help our sisterhood. She said it was nasty. It will help our sisterhood if we just try not to fuel the fire, right? Try not to say things like, I want y'all to patch things up. And the reason why I say that is because people have to do things on their own, okay? And telling people to patch things up is basically saying, F your feelings is not valid, right? So, the best thing is to let people work things out on their own. You know what I'm saying? If it is to be worked out, you know? So, but to say, oh, please, y'all, make a phone call, patch this up. No, don't say that. And the reason why I say that is because people have to process things, work things out on their own speed, right? And everybody, not just Amora, but everybody want to feel like their opinion, you know, um, their feelings are valid. No one wants to feel like they have to kiss nobody's ass. And I have never, ever wanted anybody to kiss my ass. That's not what type of person I am. Never been and never will. Okay. We are adults. So no one has to kiss my ass, and I'm not kissing nobody's ass either. Okay. Now, if you're a Scorpio, you already know we can be some stubborn ass, hard headed ass, ignorant ass at times. We could be some hard headed people. We could be some very strong willed people. Okay. It's still our season. It's still our season. Okay. So I'm saying that to say just don't add fuel to the fire. Please don't add fuel to the fire. See if things will work itself out. And if it don't, let's just move accordingly. Okay. But don't feed the negativity. What I mean by that, if you see someone that you clearly see that they are trying to start mess, ignore them. Ignore them. Not ignore their commentary when they're just delivering commentary, but when they want to bring their beef, their grievance about another content creator that they were literally just aligned with a week ago, when they want to bring it to the forefront, you have to understand why they're doing that. They're doing it for division. They're doing it for clicks, views, and whatever, attention. Ignore that. Let them do whatever on their own. Let the people that want division go over there, right? But if you truly don't want to see more negativity on our sisterhood, those that's trying to cause division, those that you've seen in the chat, commenting, trying to cause division. Hey, TC baby, those that you've seen trying to cause division, ignore them. Let them have their whatever it is on their own tantrum, temper tantrum, you know, whatever you want to call it, rant. Let them have that on their own. Okay. Majority of us have each other's phone number or email address, or we know how to get in contact with each other, right? So, with that being said, again, let people work things out at their own pace. Let people cool down. Let people process what has happened. Don't allow negative energy to continue to feed this thing. Feed it because it's getting wider and wider. All right. So y'all know, Amor, I don't hate nobody, you know. Was I in my feelings about some things? Yes, I was. Do I hate anybody? No, I don't. Do I feel a way about how some things went down? I do, but not to the point where I'm going to come out here and drag one of my sisters, okay? Or somebody that used to be my sister. Now, I drag a bitch that just obsessed with me and just won't leave me the fuck alone because they obsessed with me, right? But not somebody that I would literally just align with just 2-3 weeks ago or whatever, right? I'm not going to do that. Even though the spirits in me almost made it happen the other day, but I'm thinking about it like, for what? Because only thing this does is feed the itty bitties that's sitting over there on their motherfucking tiptoes, that's looking over here and saying, ooh, yes, I want them to break up. I want them to break up so I can prove a point. I want them to break. Child, let me tell you, miserable. They so miserable. Okay. So again, there are some outsiders that want to see us scrap it out. Okay. We're better than that. We're bigger than that. Now, am I saying that everybody is going to continue to ride with the sisters from now on out? I can't say that. Because some people might choose to move differently. But I would like for us to continue to try to work our kinks out. And I think that I may even get with some moderators and find out a way where maybe we can maybe have like a private, not not while the tension is here, not definitely not now. But when it comes a little bit, right, we might have like a little, in the military, we call it a come to Jesus meeting. Have y'all ever heard of that? A come to Jesus meeting? Is literally where we can come and respectfully speak freely, right? Matter of fact, you know that I think they have like this challenge and they say we listen but we don't judge or something like that. So that's kind of like a come to Jesus meeting where you can actually speak your heart, right? And speak how you feel freely, respectfully, respectfully. Okay. But I think that'd be good for us. And the reason being because we don't want anyone to feel like their feelings are not valid or their words cannot be heard. Okay. Now, I don't want to believe that one story caused all of this. I actually think it did not. I know some people think it did. I personally do not believe that one story caused all of this, right? However, what I do believe is because we come from all different walks of life, and some of us are different ages and have worked in different professions, we handle things differently, right? So, where I may feel like two sisters could have talked and, and maybe have said, hey, whatever, right? But could have just talked and voiced their opinion and you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that it just could have been done differently. However, how I feel don't always mean that everybody should feel that way. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just because I may feel that it should be done that way, and a few others may feel that it should be done that way, everybody don't have to feel that it should be done that way. So I do think a come to Jesus meeting will probably help. And that way we can kind of get an understanding of how people feel and how people move, because everybody don't move the same. Everybody don't comprehend the same. We see that in this story, right? We see that people don't look at things the exact same way. So, with that being said, she said people have probably been planting negative seeds all along, and this was the opportunity for them to put the final dig in. Well, and that's why I said I don't want to believe it was the story, but what I will say is I think I want to push it more toward I think people were feeling undervalued and just did not know how to communicate it. So that's why I feel like if we open up a line of communication by having these come to Jesus meetings, then maybe we can prevent another outbreak like this. You understand what I'm saying? We can prevent another outbreak. So I don't want nobody. I'm talking about from the most loudest loud talker to the quietest one that may stay in the bushes. I don't want no one to feel like their feelings don't matter, right? Um, their voice is not being heard, you know. Um, and I'm big on respect, but I think it goes both ways. And I know that in talking with some of our sisters, we have to learn to listen sometime because people want to just talk over people, talk over people, talk over people. That's not respect. It's just not respect. When you're trying to communicate with someone and they really don't want to hear what you have to say and they just talking over you, maybe it might not be the right time to talk. So disconnect at that moment and maybe try again another time or even get someone to intervene and help you guys out, a third party or something like that, and say, hey, can you help me just, get this point out or whatever, because I can't seem to, you know, get out what I'm trying to say without being cut off. That's one of my pet peeves, you guys, being trying to communicate and then all of a sudden just get interrupted as if, you don't want to hear what it is that I have to say, right? I just think it goes both ways, the respect and all. But nevertheless, like I said, yes, we did. We took a hit. We took a bruise, right? And it's embarrassing. It is. But it didn't break us. It did not break us. Even though, even though I do believe that that was the motive. And not motive from a sister, but when we left a crack open, when we left a crack open, it allowed people that we have never ever seen in our chats, never called a name out on the platforms. We allowed people that we don't even know who they really are. We allowed them to sneak through the cracks and cause further discord. Okay. She says, I don't believe it's hate. I believe when something isn't nipped in the bud and we allow the devil to have a free course in the situation, then it explodes into something that it shouldn't. Absolutely. And that's what happened. We left the door open. Okay. We got to make sure we close the doors because everybody don't want to see unity. It's some people that absolutely hate unity. But understand, unity doesn't always mean in agreement. You don't have to agree with everything that's being said to display unity. You understand what I'm saying? So we could be united and still disagree, but we have to know how to disagree respectfully, not disagree to where we say you can disagree with what I'm saying, but we really don't mean it. And I'm including myself. I'm not leaving a more out of this because we say it out of our mouths, but do we really believe that? And do we really push that? So sometimes we have to check ourselves. We have to take a look in the mirror because if it is true that we can agree to disagree, then we shouldn't try to push and force our narrative on others. And sometimes when we say things like, um, I'm trying to think like people that are not seeing it my way or just trying to dehumanize, you know, you know what I'm trying to say, or even your elevators don't go all the way up to the top. Who said that? I did. However, I was never saying that to my sister. So please let me definitely correct that. I wasn't saying that to my sisters. I was literally saying that to people that I felt that their comments was outlandish. And those are the comments like, oh, you just wanted her dead. You're happy that she's unalive. You're happy about what Holly did. Shit like that, right? I do think that's kind of weird. But I had a long conversation with my big sis, and she told me to ignore those comments, and I will. And that's another thing for content creators. We are continually learning every day. We don't listen. So, one thing I like about this platform, we have an opportunity to bring up any comment we want to entertain, like this, right? It doesn't automatically come up. We can literally bring it up, right? Or we can overlook it. And I'm going to have to say that I haven't been doing the very best of ignoring negativity, right? I've been highlighting it and speaking on it. That's not always a good thing, right? So I'm going to do better. I'm not going to sit here and say it's never going to happen again, but I am going to do better with ignoring the negativity because I am smart enough to know when someone is trying to just interrupt my audience. I'm smart enough to know when someone's just trying to come in and cause discord, division. I'm smart enough to know that. So I will do better in trying to just weed out the negativity. And let me tell you, it's not on my moderators. And the reason why I say that when I say it's not on my moderators can block. But one thing about StreamYard, it still allows the host to see it even if the moderator blocked it. So the moderator may have already got the hater out, right? They may not even be in the chat no longer. And I ain't mean to highlight you exclusives calling you a hater or whatever. I just I just literally clicked on that comment. But um but the moderator could have already got rid of the person. But StreamYard still allows the host to see it. And we do have a choice whether or not we want to read it off and bring it up top, right? So I'm going to do better in ignoring the negativity. And any other content creator in here, I would just ask you to do the same, because that can eliminate a lot as well. Because what it does when we start zooming in on the negativity, it takes our focus off of what we're talking about, and now we fighting. You know what I'm saying? We fighting with somebody that clearly just want to start problems. And we know ever since we've been here on YouTube that we get that. People will try to start problems. It may not be every single live, but I don't think we can go 1 week without doing a live stream, without having a troll, because that's what they are, trolls. When they come in your chat, try to cause discord, try to cause division, try to cause problems, try to get you off a topic, throw you off your game, and they want you to act belligerent. Okay? So, as a content creator, and this is my platform, I could do better on that. I can do better on that. I do not have to read the negative comments, and I definitely don't have to bring them up top. Okay? So I'm gonna do better on that. Okay. And I do think that will cut down on a lot of the uh negativity, because we can clearly continue to talk about our topic, whether it's a laughing, whether, where sometimes we come on here and we do funny content and sometimes we do serious content. I try to put a little laughter on even my serious content, but we could definitely kick out the negativity and not even entertain it whatsoever. Okay. I think that will help. Um, what else? Oh, and just another thing, as a sisterhood, if you really value the sisterhood, right? It is not good to go to another sister's platform to share your grievance. That's like that's like causing problems. That's that's I'm trying to think of a word I can say. That's no 101. Okay? No 101. When you simply could have went to that content creator. Most people that don't have my phone number jumps in my inbox or email me. We are adults. We're not children. We're not teenagers, right? You can literally jump in, especially if you say you support that person. You can jump in there. I done had plenty of y'all jumped in my ass in my damn inbox and said, I don't like the way this happened. I don't like the way that happened. Now, don't be all off the wall, but seriously, if you want to have a conversation with me, right? I just want to run something by you. I felt devalued. I felt underheard. Okay. I felt like you were, making me, because I want you to speak for yourself. I don't want you to speak for a collective group. Tell me how I made you feel, because everybody didn't take it the way you took it. Okay. So, but that's an easy fix. Easy fix. Again, that's leaving a door open when you do things like that. So I'm not going to stay too much longer, but just know we took a hit, we got bruised, but it did not tear us down. We are definitely better than that. We have always been better than that. When we sat back and watched everybody else destroy each other, talk about each other's mama, daddy, sister, brother, cat, dog, we were never like that. We cussed each other out or whatever on the back end. And we were cool as a fan the next day or the next day after. We never moved like that. So why are we moving like that now? We didn't do that. We didn't do that. So again, um, I'm gonna figure out how we can come together and just have we listen but we don't judge, or a come to Jesus meeting, or whatever you want to call it, to where, and it don't have to be all the time. Maybe like mm, maybe like every quarter or something. What do you think, Vanessa? Like, what do you think? Like every quarter, maybe we can get together and just kind of set it up to where in the sisterhood group, we could just go live and just see who wants to come up and be like, hey, let's check temperatures, how we feeling, you know, um, is everybody good? Or whatever the case may be. Maybe once a quarter. I don't think we should do it like once a month, because we ain't that bad, y'all. We are not that bad. I think for the most part, we have mad respect for each other, for the most part. We had mad respect for each other. She said every 3 months. Okay. So every 3 months, we could do something like that. We could set it up to where we could just come and just literally, you know, sisters do that sometimes. Sometimes they cry together and they cuss each other out, whatever the case may be. I ain't saying we got to do that, but what I'm saying is, if you want to get some stuff off your chest, that'll be the time for you to come and get some stuff off your chest. But just know, we want people to get stuff off their chest respectfully, without having to, walk away, shoot a bird, call each other the B word, the whole word, the H word, or any of that, right? But anyway, uh, um, growth, respect, um, yeah, I think that'll help us out. When we know better, we do better. She said, and also don't be trying to contact others to take them with you. If you want to wait a minute, if you want to step back, do it, but don't badmouth others and try to manipulate them to feel how you feel. Yes. Now that is no 102. No 102. If you feel a way about the way you're being treated and you want to step back, move away, yeah, do that. You could do that. Sometimes people want to step back. They may feel like it's overpowering or too much at the time, too much stress, or whatever the case may be. But reaching out to somebody else to try to get them to come along with you, that's no 102. That's messy. That's real messy. That's nasty. We ain't like that. We don't do that. You know? She said Sisterhood 102. So anyway, like I said, we still standing. She said, I'm not easily influenced anyway. And I'm not either. But some people are. Some people, they don't even need, and we're seeing this through this case. Unfortunately, we're seeing this through this case, the Ramika and Holly case. Some people don't need evidence. Some people just need you to say the word, and then they coming. They don't want to know the truth. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about no proof. But I just think those people need growth, because that is not how you move as an adult. That is not how you move as an adult. Okay? That's not how you, even if the little, uh Mm, sometimes we be having them things in us sometimes that be telling us to pop off or whatever. But even if your bad side of you pop off and be like, oh, pop off or whatever, sometimes we gotta suppress those thoughts. We have to be like, nah, let me get it together. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the only one that got a side of me that be ready to go pop off or whatever. And then that other side of me be like, no, don't go there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. You got to think about things for a few more seconds. She said, yeah, I have to observe and analyze stuff for myself to make a sound judgment. And that's how I am for the most part, because I've had people, tell me things and I say, where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Where's the receipts? Where are the receipts? And if they don't have no receipts, if they say, well, I wasn't able to screenshot, then don't bring it to me. Then don't bring it to me. Because it's nothing just you telling me. I can't just say, oh, you said that, so let me just go and, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. So anyway, I think we're gonna be fine. We are embarrassed. So we are the laughing stock of YouTube right now, and not of whole YouTube, because baby, you know, some people ain't even checking for us. But for those, and everybody is not even checking for us. And I'm not even going to say this is a truth versus a non-truth supporter type thing, because this is not what this is. It's the people that's checking for negativity, right? Versus the sisterhood. That's it. Because everybody is not on that negativity. It's people that do not care about what's going on here. Trust me. They done moved on, baby. They about to plan for a whole nice little vacation in New York. You know what I'm saying? But some of them, baby, they gonna always check, honey. They gonna always feed the negativity. They don't know no better, baby. You hear me? So only the ones that's checking for the negativity, celebrating the breakup, the fall, right? Those are the ones that try to feed the negativity. Those are the miserable ones. It's some, like I said before, don't give a damn. That is not what they're on YouTube for. Some of them are definitely on YouTube to be bloggers, right? YouTubers, whatever you want to call them, and do their content and move on. But you have to understand, some people are on this internet, on YouTube, to only cause problem. They wouldn't know how to break down a story if the story was broken down in 100 different pieces. It can literally have day 1 script, day 2 script, day 3 script, all the way to day 100 script, and they would not be able to break that down at all, especially without calling my goddamn name. My name is in every story. Every story. How can I end up in every story? She said, when you get out, check your messages. Okay, I will. So again, some people are not out here to make money on YouTube by blogging, breaking down stories, providing an analyst, right? Um, you know, doing their content. Some people are not on here for that. Some people are clearly on here to cause problems. To cause problems. All right. She said, we're not embarrassed because sisters argue, but I feel disappointed. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with feeling disappointed, but I think the best things for everybody is to not try to push people to be fake, right? Push people to discount their feelings and talk right now when they're not ready to talk. I just think it's unfair, excuse me. It's unfair to all parties when you guys just want us to pretend like we don't have a valid uh, complaint or concern. It will work itself out. It will work itself out. Okay. But like I said earlier, if you see someone that's just want to be miserable and continue the discord, baby, ignore them. Don't even entertain. The only people that's going to entertain it is people that want to keep up negativity. So you have to ask yourself, is that what you want? Do you want to continue the negativity? Or do you want us to heal, process things, and get it together? Because if you go over there entertaining the negativity, then you want to be a part of the negativity. And you have to ask yourself, do I want to be a part of the negativity? Do I want to be a part of the negativity? So the next time you hear one of our sisters or somebody that even we were close to just a week or two ago come out and start the bullshit, going popping off, calling people bitches and hoes and all this other unnecessary ass shit. Put up your church finger, right? Not saying don't listen to their commentary that's not about this bullshit, right? Not tearing down another sister. Because if you ignore it, guess what? They'll stop the shit. They'll learn how to be adults and learn how to use their words, and they'll stop seeking attention. But if you stay in their chat and you feed it, then they will continue to seek attention. They will continue to seek attention. I don't even want y'all to be in my chat with me cussing out a sister, calling them bitches and hoes and all type of disgusting names. No, just put your church finger up, right? And be like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'll come back when you doing real commentary, when you providing real content. Some people on here for that bullshit. They on here to hear people be cut down every day, right? Our sisters are not our enemies. They are not our enemies, even though we don't have no enemies. So I use that word very loosely because we don't have enemies, but our sisters are not our ops. Our sisters are not those that who have torn down our family, lied on our spouses, our children, talk shit about, everybody under the sun. Those are not our ops. Our sisters are not our ops. They're not people that have literally fought with us for the past however long it's been and think with all the outlandish lies. They're not our ops. So we shouldn't be out here degrading them and dragging them by their ponytails and stuff like that or whatever just for a circus show, because that's what it is. That is clearly done for attention, for views, and to sway people. And I don't like that. When it literally could have just, anyway. Again, you guys, ignore those sisters that choose to bring their grievances to the front for other people to butt in and cause more divides. Just ignore it. It's not that you're ignoring the content creator. It's not that you don't support them. Just don't support that rhetoric. Don't support that foolishness. Don't do it. Because once they realize that you're not going to support it, then they're going to be forced to bring forth content, like real content. Like real content. But if you keep feeding it, right, they're going to keep doing it. And that's even with me. I come on here calling one of my sisters bitches and hoes and thoughts and this, that, and the other. I wouldn't even expect y'all to sit there and listen to me. Now, again, I'm not talking about somebody that, that we've been in. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people that we've been fell out and they done lied all up and down YouTube or whatever on you, and they can't tell a story or come on live for 5 minutes without saying your name or nickname or saying something about you because they're obsessed. I'm not talking about them because they will forever be bitches in my eyes, right? Forever be bitches. I'm clearly talking about the ones that we were literally just aligned with. We know, when we know better, we do better, right? So anyway, it's 3:14. It's day 3 for what's the damn girl name again? Is it damn, I forgot, y'all. Something in Tim. Hold on. Brene and Tim in court. So I gotta go do some more research, y'all. But I also want to break down when I come back. I want to break down what makes up alienation of affection, because there's 5 parts to making up a case of alienation and affection. So I want to go over that, and I want to give my opinion on what I think is going to happen in this case, because baby, oh, When I got off last night, I started looking at a bunch of TikTokers. And baby, when I tell you, I just can't believe it. How you screw your cousin husband, right? I mean, screw your cousin's wife and then marry her. Oh, it's crazy. But you got to come back for this story. She said, great live, Amora, much needed and well respect as well. Yes. Thank you for that. And I think we're going to be fine. She said, read my comment. Hold on. Let me read your comment. Oh, I don't see it, baby. Hold on. You must got your comment all the way up here. Let me see. Let me go back up a little bit. Okay, I don't see your comment, baby. I didn't went right here. She said, yes, they are. And I hate to say gullible people. I mean, gullible, but people fall quickly with others. Everyone should have their own mind, and it's okay to feel differently than the next. That is true. It is okay to feel differently. It is okay. You know what I'm saying? It is okay to not agree, but we can agree to not agree, right? I like healthy debates, though, you know? And I wouldn't even mind us having a healthy debate. Even with the but not right now. To be honest with you, for the rest of this week, let me just say this. For the rest of the week, I don't want to speak on the panel unless something hot and juicy come down. But I don't want to speak on the panel about the Holly and Ramika case. But I will put stuff on Facebook just to keep, my algorithm going. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep, I need to post more or whatever. So I'll do it on Facebook. So if you want to share whatever, you could do it on Facebook about the Holly and Ramika under the comments. But I want to spend the rest of this week talking about something else to kind of let the smoke clear a little bit. And then I really don't want to beat a dead horse because at the end of the day, ain't nothing new about the case. People are saying the same shit. And that's including me. There's nothing new about the case. And I still stand on what I stand on as far as, y'all know how I feel. I ain't got to say it. I don't want to piss people off, but y'all already know how I feel. Y'all already know. And there's nothing new. The Chicago police ain't came out and said nothing new. The camera, they have not released the camera. The state attorney haven't said nothing new. So at this point, people that still trying to, well, whatever. On my channel for the rest of the week, we are going to stay clear of the story unless something comes out that hasn't already been put out 15, 11 million trillion times. Okay? Okay? All right. She said there hasn't been any new news articles or nothing. Exactly. They have not. Let's just be honest. It has not. And I think that I've done a great job on getting you guys up to speed on the story, right? But what I don't want to ever do again is get caught up with one story, because that's how I hurt my channel in the first place, just doing Robert, right? To where, to be honest with you, in 2.5 years, I probably should be further than 15K subscribers because I actually consider myself a good blogger. And good bloggers grow rather quickly. But how am I going to grow when I'm stuck on one story? So I don't want to hinder my channel the way I've done before. Will I provide you the updates on the story? I got you. I got you with the updates. When updates come, if it's new content, whether it's new footage from either the law enforcement, or if Q, he says he has a tape. We don't know if he had one or not, but if somebody release a tape or something like that, the ballistic reports or whatever, and we want to go over that, we can do that, right? But as long as we're still just repeating the same jargon just to have a live stream, I don't want to do that because it actually hurts me. I want to grow. I do. I ain't saying I want 1 million subscribers, but I do want more than 15K. A sister wouldn't mind having 50,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, In order for me to do that, I do have to uh, do other content. So I don't want to get stuck like I did with the LaTruth saga, right? To where I'm only blogging on the LaTruth, the LaTruth saga, or I'm only blogging on the Ramika Holly case, okay? Right? And I'm just putting that out there like that. So, but I am very interested in the case that we're covering now. I've never really looked into a alienation of affection case. So while I'm actually doing this case, hey Pokey girl, what's going on? While I'm actually doing this case, I'm actually learning myself. Raise your hand if you don't mind learning something new that you didn't know or you were not aware of. Who are my people out there that don't mind learning? Because I want to be that type of content creator as well. I don't want to just come out and just talk. I want to learn and I want to teach. I want us to learn together, right? And let me just ask you this. Raise your hand if you learned things from the Holly and Ramika case on the legal side. If you feel that you learn more about self-defense laws, if you feel that you learn more about not having a duty to retreat or TPO, just put it in the chat. If you not just raise your hand, but if you've learned on the Ramika case, right? If you learn something from it, put it in the chat. If you learn more about a TPO, put I learned more about TPOs or duty to retreat or federal laws, having a concealed weapon on public property, things of that nature. I feel that even if we don't agree, we can still learn something, right? We can still learn that, the law give you the right to do this, the law give you the right to do that, so that we can spread it to other people maybe one day that they may need to know, you know? She said, I have learned about duty to retreat. Thank you. And restraining orders and even default orders. And even if you want to find somebody or get an order of protection on somebody and you don't know their address, now you know that you could do a publication, right? So we can learn. We don't have to agree, but we can eat the meat and throw away the bones. We can eat the meat and throw away the bones. So this case that I'm working on now with the alienation of affection, when we're covering it, I'm learning too. I've never dealt with a case like this, like dug into it. I've heard of it, but I don't know the real rules. I don't know what, side chicks are able to do and not do in certain states. But I'm learning that in certain states, you can sue your side chick, your husband's side chick. I think that's important. I think that's important. Now, Trey is gonna come on with me at 6 o'clock. So that's in 2.5 hours. So Trey's gonna come on. He's gonna give a point of view. I sent him the story. He's gonna be kind of learning it still when he comes on, but he got it though. But we're gonna cover it together. And we're just gonna, break it down and give our point of view from how we see it. It's messy and it's drama, and ain't nothing wrong with having drama on your channel, especially when you can learn from the drama. She said, I learned about restraining orders. Okay, thank you, Dion. So as long as we're getting something from it, and this don't take away from our messy Mondays when we want to cut up, you know what I'm saying? We gonna cut up or whatever on our messy Monday so we can still laugh and have a good time, right? But we can also learn from the other content that we're doing. So as long as we are learning and growing and things of that nature or whatever. But since this story, the Ramika story and the Holly story have taken on such a, and I kind of don't want to blame it on that story, but it seems like it has taken a little damper. But I still feel that Holly was justified. But guess what? We still gotta wait to the final say. Because none of us really know. We can sit and try to argue our point all day long, but I just feel arguing your point with no receipts, no no valid proof of what you're saying is useless, in my opinion. In my opinion. But again, come back in about 2.5 hours, 6 o'clock. Trey's gonna come on. We're gonna have some fun with this case because it's a hot, stinking ass mess. Okay. And I think that if you have ever dealt with a spouse that cheated on you with a woman and y'all ended up getting a divorce and you got the short end of the stick, baby, well, guess what? Just learn what you could have done. Learn what you could have done. Now, this is not for every state because the rules are not for every state. I think they should initiate it for every state. And the reason why is because if they did, it will cut down on some of these people that will disrespect the shit out of your marriage. Because guess what? There's people out there that would love to be your spouse or your significant other side chick. Trust me, it's people out there that they all they want to be is a side chick. They don't have to deal with you know, them somebody telling them what to do, this, that, and the other. Listen, the side chick. But they can come and go when they please. They just want to be the side chick. But anyway, we're going to talk more about that at 6 o'clock. Okay. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I know some of y'all threw some super chats. I appreciate y'all. Y'all didn't have to, but y'all know your girl appreciate it, baby. I do. I do. So thank you, Tawana. Thank you for becoming a member, Barbara. Thank you, Sonia C. Kimberly C. Thank you, Monique. Monique said, hey, Amore in chat. We are better than this. Did any of the relationships mean anything like what the? We love each other in one breath and bees in the next. Yeah, because I just think emotions are involved. That's why sometimes we can't see eye to eye because a lot of people just, you know, just emotions are off. Let me just say it like that. But I don't think that takes away our love for each other. Popeye's chicken. Thank you. Thank you, Monique. I'm sorry. Thank you, Popeyes. Thank you, Nisi. Then Monique said, one call on the back end. That's it. That's all. A bunch of jealous mofos sitting back laughing at the Discord. Absolutely. They sit, not only are they sitting back laughing, but they're throwing their little targets as well. I do not think for one moment that that is not them that's in this chat, not this one, but in the chats causing discord. So, yes, the miserable bunnies are definitely causing discord, in my opinion. Thank you, woman of purpose. Others can cause division, but it's up to those involved to fix it. Motherfuckers are miserable. This sisterhood is protected by God. We will be okay. I love y'all. Yes, love you too, woman of purpose, and we will be okay. We will be okay. Thank you, Miss Too Much, for you for becoming a member. Thank you, Yasmin, girl. And thank you for my coffee. Yasmin, make sure I stay coffeeed up. I appreciate you, Yasmin. And thank you, Cheryl Mooney. She did great live more. Thank you so much. And thank you, Popeye's Chicken. She done made it rain with some red up in here. Different type of red, though, but it's all good. But anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to get with the moderators. We're going to figure out how we can have a come to Jesus meeting or whatever. I call it that because that's what we call it in the military, but we'll come up with a name. But that way we can get to, voice our opinion. And let me just say this. I do not want y'all to forget. I do still have a raffle that I have not given away. I'm still going to give it away. I was going to give it away Monday and Candy knows this, but I didn't because things happened, and then I didn't want people to think that what you can ask Candy. I said, I don't want to do it today because then people are going to be like, oh, you're just doing a giveaway because you're just trying to buy people to make them stay on your channel. And so I don't want people to think that that's what I'm trying to do. But y'all, the giveaway has been out. Like people poured into the giveaway last month. Okay. Right. And I wanted to do it Monday, but then things popped off. But just know one lucky supporter that already participated in the giveaway will receive the giveaway. Okay. Now I know we didn't meet the max amount of it, but it's okay. Whatever we met, that is what they will get. Okay. But I want this to die down because, like I said, I don't want people thinking, oh, she's just trying to spend money and make people stay her supporter or this, that, and the other. No, that is not what I'm trying to do. So let things die down just a little bit, and we're going to do that giveaway. I have not forgotten about it. We literally was going to do it Monday. I told Candy, and then this popped off, and she agreed. She said, yeah, let's just wait, because that's exactly what people will say. Oh, she over there trying to throw money, trying to get people to side with her. That is not what I'm trying to do. That is not what I'm trying to do. Okay? So anyway, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I have not forgot about the Nate t-shirts, okay? I will be getting those out. Have not done those yet. I will be getting those out. Hold on, somebody just text me. Let me just make sure if I need to say something on here. Oh, okay. All right, I will. So anyway, I'm sorry. So, somebody text me. She said, got the nerve to be calling someone else a snake. Oh, hey, Yolanda. She said, forget her. Okay. Well, we're gonna get off because I don't want the temperature to rise. Okay. So we good. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so very much. I'm going to let this live stay up. So hit that thumbs up button for me. And I am going to turn on the moderation. Okay. All right. I love y'all. And I'm going to see y'all at 6 p.m. Central Time. That is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names.
Jay! She kept talking about that family.
Hoes over there.
She kept talking about that family. 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 That family. She kept talking about that family. Talking about that family.
These motherfuckers don't be wanting to listen. Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our